Hello everyone, my name is Sydney Moir and I am a peer health educator. I work for Bronco Fit, the campus wellness department at Boise State. I am thrilled to be presenting my Spotlight Health topic to you this month. The topic I will be presenting is recognizing eating disorders. Before I start, I would like to first talk about why this topic matters. I understand that the topic of eating disorders can be an uncomfortable one to approach. However, it is a topic that needs to be addressed and spoken about in order to reduce stigma. I would like to first address the differences between eating disorders and disordered eating. Throughout this presentation, I will be focusing on eating disorders. I wanted to first share the difference between these two terms to create a shared understanding. The American Psychiatric Association defines eating disorders as behavioral conditions characterized by severe and persistent disturbance in eating behaviors and associated distressing thoughts and emotions. Meanwhile, disordered eating is described as a range of irregular eating behaviors that may or may not warrant a diagnosis of a specific eating disorder by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. The primary difference is that disordered eating does not fall into a specific diagnostic category, but that is not to say that they aren't suffering just as much as someone with an eating disorder diagnosis. It is important that anyone who feels they are struggling with disordered eating also seeks help. Next, I would like to circle back and discuss the relationship between college students and eating disorders. The Child Mind Institute explains that although college is a very exciting time for young adults, it is also one of the most stressful times. Because of this stress, during the college years, young people, especially young women, are most at risk for developing eating disorders, from the Child Mind Institute. The Child Mind Institute also shares that the challenges of college life can create a perfect storm for these disorders. Unfortunately, there can be a lot of stigma surrounding this topic. This stigma can make it difficult for people to have open conversations about eating disorders and actively seek help. Gen Psych, an organization that treats mental health illness, drug and alcohol addiction, and eating disorders, writes that misconceptions regarding eating disorders, including that they merely affect women, affect more than one's ability to admit that they need help. Contrary to popular belief, eating disorders are not always evident by one's appearance. In many cases, an eating disorder will be apparent only in one's behaviors, as individuals will maintain a perceivably normal body weight, from Gen Psych. These preconceived ideas of who is affected and what individuals who have an eating disorder may look like perpetuate harmful stigmas. Eating disorders can affect any individual, regardless of size, shape, sexual orientation, race, or ethnicity. Based on this, it is important to approach this topic through unbiased eyes and to understand that it can affect anyone and can present itself in various ways. For this presentation, I'm going to focus on three of the most common types of eating disorders. The three that I will be discussing are anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder. Each of these are characterized by their own symptoms. By understanding the multiple signs of eating disorders, we can be better prepared to support individuals who may be experiencing them. All the information below comes from the organization Mental Health First Aid. The first type I will discuss is anorexia nervosa. This disorder encompasses behaviors like dieting, fasting, overexercising, taking diet pills, diuretics, laxatives, and vomiting. Data shows us that more women suffer from anorexia than men. Symptoms of anorexia nervosa include constantly expressing disdain for their body or how unsatisfied they are with the way they look, even if they are fit and toned, maintaining a body weight that is at least 15% below the national average for their age and weight, missing at least 3 menstrual cycles consecutively, and intense fear of gaining weight or appearing fat. The next is bulimia nervosa. Bulimia nervosa affects those who have recurrent and frequent episodes of eating unusually large amounts of food followed by purging or throwing up, fasting, and/or excessive exercise. Unlike anorexia, when an individual is bulimic, they may be slightly underweight, normal weight, or overweight. Symptoms of bulimia nervosa include overthinking of self-image, body shape, and/or weight, and episodes of uncontrolled eating that last longer, that occur at least 2 times a week or up to 3 months or longer. The last eating disorder I will cover is binge eating disorder. Binge eating disorder occurs when an individual repeatedly eats unusually large amounts of food in a short period of time. People living with binge eating disorder do not purge or use extreme weight loss strategies. After eating, they may feel disgusted, distressed, ashamed, or guilty over their behavior and/or physical appearance, which can fuel their depression. Symptoms of binge eating include continuous weight gain, eating in secret, and feeling of shame when a friend or loved one finds their food cache, and intense satisfaction when eating, followed by remorse and mood swings. After reviewing the 3 most common types of eating disorders, I want to bring into focus what we can do. The National Eating Disorders Association provides information on how to reduce stigma for persons with eating disorders. They note that we as individuals all have the power to spread awareness and end the stigma. Little by little, as we do so, more people who are struggling will feel confident in seeking help. It is so important that we come together to build a strong community to bring an awareness of how necessary it is for someone struggling to receive proper support and treatment from the National Eating Disorder Association. We all have the power to help reduce stigma and create a campus environment where we can all thrive and receive support. We must tear down the pressures of society on an ideal body shape and remind the uneducated that an eating disorder does not have a fixed gender, ethnicity, or sexuality. Also from the National Eating Disorder Association. We can help end this stigma by gaining a better understanding of disordered eating, recognizing the signs, and opening the conversations. A few actions that can be taken by students, staff, coworkers, etc. include speak to the individual whom you are concerned for about specific behaviors or concerns you have observed. Let the person know that you and others care about them unconditionally, and encourage the person to make an appointment with a healthcare professional. Lastly, I would like to add a few resources for anyone that feels they or someone they know needs them. The Eating Disorder Association has a phone number that you can call at 1-800-931-2237. This is available Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do not feel comfortable speaking on the phone, they also have a text option at 1-800-931-2237 from Monday to Thursday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. They also have a chat option available on their website at www.nationaleatingdisorders.org that is available from Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are looking for something closer to home, Boise State offers a variety of counseling services, including body-positive group counseling, available both on and off campus, and resources and consultations. Boise State University Health Services is located on the second floor of the Norco building. They can be reached by phone at 1-208-426-1459 or by email at healthservices@boisestate.edu. Boise State also has a CARE, campus assessment, resource, and education team on site. The role of the CARE team is to provide assistance to the university community to help assess and find solutions for managing distressing, disturbing, disruptive, and potentially dangerous behaviors. You can refer someone to CARE if you feel they are showing signs of concerning behavior. To do so, you can visit www.boisestate.edu/care. If you would like to speak with another professional regarding this topic, Delaney Jones is our registered dietitian and health educator through BroncoFit. Delaney works with students to provide one-on-one counseling for those suffering from eating disorders and disordered eating. To schedule an appointment, call the health clinic at 1-208-426-1459, or again, email them at healthservices@boisestate.edu. I would also like to add that while these are wonderful services, a higher level of care may be needed. Thank you so much for listening to my spotlight.